Hello. I'm doing something a little different today, because I'm both excited and worried about the upcoming Dead Rising Remaster. Simply put, before I head into more detail, I want to play this game, but there are certain things that I have seen that have me concerned. Now, I'll be a little disappointed once I play it in September. I plan on doing a series on this game, by the way, so if you aren't put off by this video, then please consider checking it out when the time comes. The original Dead Rising came out in 2006 when I was 8 years old. I didn't play it until a couple years later, after its release, on the 22nd of September 2009, when I was 12 years old. The game scared the shit out of me at the time, but I loved it. A lot. It's always been a game that I have both fond and not so fond memories of, mostly thanks to the Survivor AI. So with that in mind, I have been hoping for the Dead Rising series to be revived. Really good shit. I'm hoping, oh yeah, as well, I'm hoping that we revive Dead Rising. I really want to see Dead Rising again. Oh, that would be really, really good. If they can get some proper devs to do it and not the guys who made Dead Rising 4, which was horrible. I would much prefer that we get a Dead Rising 1. A Dead Rising? That we get a Dead Rising 1, but higher fidelity and much better AI. And I think that'll be the perfect Dead Rising game. Bring back the timer as well. I know a lot of people didn't like the timer. I loved it. Having that constant pressure of like, you need to get shit done was really good. I loved it. And not long after the Xbox showcase, Capcom surprise dropped a trailer for Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. And my first thoughts were, oh my god, it's happening. Quickly followed by
Frank West. Remember that name, because the whole world's gonna know it in 3 days.
fuck. So now that content creators have been releasing videos in this game, I checked out a few of them and I have some thoughts I want to share. So strap in and I'll try and keep it short. Issue 1. Frank West's redesign. Frank's redesign is just odd. I'm guessing they either decided to make Frank look more like his beta version, or his Dead Rising off the record appearance. But here, he just looks way too old. Frank is meant to be 36 years old. This is what 36-year-old men look like. He is only 3 years older than Carlito Keys, who is 33 years old. Yet, look at the difference in age. Now, this could just be one of those things where, you know, it's just poor design, they just made him look too old. Or maybe they've gone with the whole, he's just genetically unlucky kind of thing. Kind of like the opposite of Ralph Macchio. Either way, compared to his original design, it's just very out left field. Is that the term? It's by no means a deal breaker, but my first reaction to his new design was something like,
too much, it's too much.
You should absolutely not digest that though.
I'm just joking. The design isn't that bad. It's not what I was expecting, and I don't think anyone was really expecting this kind of a redesign. It's just a little off. They should probably tone it down a little bit, make him look a little bit younger. But, whatever. They probably won't. Issue 2. The new voice cast and their performances. So for the most part, the new cast sounds fine. Some even great.
Everyone used to laugh at me. I was a walking punchline. But not anymore.
The one clip I found desperately needs updating before the game comes out.
What in the hell are you people doing? Run! Quick, move! Get over here! What in the hell are you people doing? Run! Quick, move! Get over here!
This scene is just lacking in a solid performance, and the complete lack of reverb on Brad's voice is just so weird. The sound design on this bit is just all off. This whole bit just isn't finished. And if this is what they consider finished, no, this is not good enough. Not at all. It's a shame that they've replaced the original cast, but it's to be expected. They've added a ton more voice lines that simply didn't exist or were recorded in the first place. So my best guess is that, just like Dead Rising 4, since RJ, Frank's voice actor, is a member of the Voice Actors Union, Capcom decided once again not to invite him to come back to play as Frank. And since they decided that they weren't going to bring RJ back, they may as well replace everyone else. It's a shame, but if I'm right about the union thing, then it's just really disappointing Capcom's part. But again, that's purely just what I suspect. I'm not saying that that's true. Just my opinion. That could likely been a reason, but it could also likely... I don't have any inside information here, okay? I'm just going off what I think, okay? Just don't sue me. But anyway, for the most part, the voice cast and new cast, they're fine. They're good. Some of them are great, like Adam the Clown. But some of them are just a little flat, and then Frank is going to take a lot to get used to. But that's to be expected when you replace a voice actor that's so beloved as that character. So, yeah. Capcom, what the fuck? You knew this was going to backfire. You discovered that this would backfire with Dead Rising 4. You haven't learnt your lesson. I'm just curious. Why not invite RJ? There's something just... I'm just questioning it. It's gotta be the union thing, right? And that's, again, that's just my best guess. Because I genuinely do not know. But they just haven't invited him again. They didn't invite him for Dead Rising 4, they haven't invited him now. They clearly just want to move past him for whatever reason. And like I said, for the third or fourth time now, the union thing is my suspicion. Issue 3. Gameplay difficulty. Another worry of mine is how easy content creators are saying the game has become. I don't know if I've got any clips available for this. Maybe I'll look around and post.
Of course, some survivors, like the famous crybaby, Aaron, still need extra babysitting, but is nowhere near as frustrating as any one survivor was in the original. Overall, this update is probably my favorite, and just wild to see great survivor AI in Dead Rising 1 of all games. Something else that got a buff was the experience point and photo taking systems. So in general, you get way more PP or prestige points from doing anything. Killing a certain amount of zombies, taking a cool pic, you're getting rewarded for your efforts now. I actually like how photos grant more XP, because in the original game, I'd barely take any pics. What sucks about taking pictures is the erotica genre has been completely removed, which is weird because Jesse and Isabella are still incredibly caked up. Anyway, the overall issue with the experience point system is that before I ever reached the first area of the mall, Paradise Plaza, Frank was level 10. Yeah, I think the game might hand out a little too much XP. If you know the original game, that's literally impossible to achieve. But yeah, you're just soaring through the levels now, and I think it might break the game too early. One of the coolest feelings the original Dead Rising gave me was slowly seeing Frank become a badass superhero by the end of the game. Here, they give you that feeling so early that taking out hordes of zombies, trampling bosses, and saving survivors is like second nature. A big part of OG Dead Rising was its difficulty out of the box. It even had, and still has in this remaster, a feature where you can essentially new game plus your stats into a new playthrough if things got too difficult for you, meaning you could start back from the beginning with your current level. After playing Remaster for the time that I did, I don't think anyone will ever need that option ever again.
But not only have XP gains been wildly inflated, leading to much faster level ups, but the game has also been given fleshed out controls, and I'm not sure if they've properly adjusted the AI to cope with the player's new movement. For an example, the player is now able to move while aiming, and unless work has been done to the AI bosses to change their behaviour, they're going to be designed to fight a player who can't move and aim, making an imbalance that didn't exist before. And again, that's purely speculative because I haven't actually played the game, seeing as I don't know why they would ever offer me a copy in the first place. So I can only speculate on, what could be the case, based on the footage that's been released. Let's move back onto difficulty. I'm glad that the survivor AI is no longer a complete and utter nightmare, but according to at least one content creator I'd watched, they'd claimed that survivors were at times too easy to get to the safe house. And with the introduction of autosaves, this game could become even easier than it was before, as now there's no real loss from your mistakes, because you can just reload from the autosave, no longer having to go back to a save from like 20-30 minutes ago, because in the original, there were no autosaves. So if you made a mistake and you died, and that was your punishment, you had to go back and catch back up to where you were. So I'm guessing they're just trying to streamline the game, make it more friendly to newcomers, but I am a bit worried as someone who's a big fan of the original that it might just be a bit too easy now. We'll have to wait and see. Issue number 4, censorship. Wait, hold it! Wait, wrong Capcom series. Look, I'm not asked about them removing erotica. I think being able to take erotic photos matches the sleazy nature of invasive journalists and this is a hard one to say in one line. I think being able to take erotic photos matches the sleazy nature of invasive journalists in a satirical way. But I get it. It's pervy, it's outdated, blah blah blah. I'm not bothered about the race swapping of Larry and the Butcher either. But what does annoy me, other than the fact that we've lost the Frank West nosebleed Easter egg,
fantastic.
is how they've rewrote Cliff Hudson. He is no longer a Vietnam veteran, he's now just a generic PTSD-riddled war veteran, who now sprouts generic, vague dialogue that severely weakens his personality and uniqueness. It's the little pointless bits of censorship like this that sucks. It needlessly changes the character, making him less interesting and more forgettable. I don't know if anything else has been censored. Again, haven't played the game. And no, I don't care that they added more coverage for Cheryl Jones's mommy milkers. Eh? I care about actual censorship, not the bullshit that, you know, that crowd is going to be pushing as, look at what Western developers are doing. Even though it's Japanese developers who are doing things that Western developers are usually criticized for. You know, because that whole thing with Stellar Blade and skimpy outfits. Look, it's all fucking stupid. Who cares about a fucking 3D character showing off a bit of skin? I don't care. If they want to cover it up, they can cover it up. I don't care. It doesn't affect the game. I care about the gameplay. I care about the things that matter, like the story, the music, the voice acting. All of these things are just so much more important than, I can't see your tits, they're covering them up. Anyway, those are my thoughts on Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. I'm still looking forward to playing it, but I'm going in a lot more mixed than I'd like. These issues, for the most part, aren't a big deal. They're not a deal breaker. They're just disappointing, and I felt like talking about it. As I said at the start of this video, I will be making a series on this remaster, and, you know, I do hope I like it. I plan on going for as many of the achievements as possible on Xbox, and if I can, I'm going to try and 100% the game. Depends on how hard the achievements are. I just want to say, thanks for making it this far. My channel doesn't get many views, the video probably won't either. I'm kind of late to the party. As well as the fact that my views are just based off of footage that you've probably already seen if you're a Dead Rising fan. You've already gone out looking for videos and people talking about it. So, really, I'm probably not saying anything unique. I'm probably just repeating other people. But, hey, I just wanted to talk about it. So, yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. I hope you check out some of my other videos if you're interested, but if you're not, hey, it's cool. It's cool. We're cool. We're not. No, we're cool. And thank you. Goodbye.